So this assignment, I'll first have to share the way of shape my worksheet. So that is it. So essentially now, that's the first you have to see the place that I had saved the assignment. So first, that's the title of the assignment. It's basics for your kids. Was to familiarize yourself with the fundamental features and functions of the Microsoft Excel. So first, it was just to open an Excel sheet, of which I know you know that. So secondly was to now name the sheet to expenses. So how to rename the sheet? Let us now start with the year. So first my cursor won't not my keyboard is not typing Z, so I have to have another key for this. Let me open. Just a minute. Just a minute. So my keyboard now is open. So first you have to rename this sheet expenses. Expenses. That's where we will be recording your expenses. Okay, then we click enter. So because I have another sheet with the name expenses. Let's now make it expenses too, because I have another sheet here saying expenses. So I type enter. So now the first thing in that was we have renamed the sheets now. That one we have done the first part. The second part is in cell A1, type the what item, and in B1 type the item known as cost. So we come now to expenses table. This first, this one are the columns, this one are the columns, and this one are the rows. The rows are the one that you input your data. So for this one, we can call to type now item. That's where you will be entering now your data item. That's A1. You can see it through that drop-down box there. It written A1, and for that's P1. As you can see that P1. So you type here the cost for these items. Cost. So then we are done with the first part of the assignment. Secondly, we come to this, which was enter at least 5 items: groceries, the rent, the groceries, utilities. So in the now the item, not really, that's what I've done in the item. So firstly, we have to enter, let's say, groceries. Groceries, we type groceries. Don't worry about the spellings, because I think that's it. Secondly, those are written. Let me just copy it written here. That's what I had done earlier on, but I had not. Let me copy these items. Let me copy to save on time and bundles on the same. So then we copy the here. My color is not clear first here. Let me clear this one first. And we right click. It's not. This one I should have copy that. Copy. Then I paste it here. Then paste it here. So now that's our item. We've recorded item. The second part of the assignment was now input the corresponding cost in column B, which is cell B, B2 to B6 For A, it was cell A2 to A6. So now expenses, because I had recorded some expenses, you don't need to reinvent. Let me copy. Or let me enter first, because for your, let me enter a new one. Let's say it's the cost for rent. Let's say you're paying 3,000. For that, the cost for groceries is, let's say you're paying 1,400. The cost for utilities, that's water, let's say you're paying 800, let's say per month. We don't enter their values which are not integers or numbers. The school fees, let's say you're paying your case 30,000. Yeah, 30,000. For case of cereal, let's say it's 2,300. So we have entered now from A2 to A6, the data for item. The data for cost, we have entered from B2 to B6. So we are done with the first part of the assignment. So secondly is now the basic calculation. The basic calculations now in cell C1, we have to type the totals. So here, C is this column, and it's starting from C1. C here is C2, as you can see there. Yes, 3. So it's saying now in the C1 column, let's first type totals. We need to total this item, that will return the totals, right? The next part of my assignment was for you now, use formula in C2, the one that we've typed, to calculate the total expenses, which is sums of the values in column B. So now, C2 now, in the C2, which is this one now, we have now to compute the cost, the total cost of these items. So now, that's now we have to insert a function. In this case, you can use this one, which is insert. It gives you equals to sign. So secondly is for you now to, that's the basic. After now, it's not showing you anything there. We have to, it's not showing you the sum. We have to type an equal sign. As I showed you yesterday. Equal sign, then you type sum. It will come. So you see, at look under this is sum. You left click or double click. So it gives you now from number 1, number 2. So which one is this column? So you first left click B2, then hold that left click, then drag down. So now you see it's highlighted. Then enter now. We use this enter to give us the sum. So you find that the cost for the products is now 37,500. So now let's come now to this question now, that format the site total sales C2 with bold and bold font and a border. So in this one now we have to format to make it bold so that we can see. So it's now bold. Then we come to that task, which is formatting the sales styles. So format expenses in column B as currency. So column B, we have to make it as a currency, which is, this is a column. As I told you, these are columns, and these ones are rows. So column is that one, so you highlight them. Then we come now in the, is it the alignment ribbon, not really ribbon? This one, now you can see accounting number. So you click there, let's make it $1. You can also use Euro, Chinese, in this case, Chinese, French, but for our case, let's put it in terms of dollar. You click, now you can see a dollar sign before the integer. So for our case now, let's format also this one, this, because the total of that, let's make it as $1. So now it's 37,000, you see it's inputting a decimal place, which is the currency must have some sense. Then the third part of our assignment, we have formatted here. That one is apply background color to the header. which is A1 to C1. In this case, we find that our header for our items is that one from A1 to C1. So we have to format this one to make it visible. So I just click that and then drag my ribbon there. Then I come here, it's either I input this one or input that one, any color that you want. So that one, we can also bold, make it visible. So that's the assignment we've done for that. We formatted our background color of the header. That is to experiment with different styles, sizes, and colors for the data. For our data, we have, this is the data. Any entry, this is our data. So we can apply different fonts, which is that one we can enlarge, make it big. Also, we can reduce, so let's make 14. We can also drop this one to become visible. Color also, we can use this one, we can make it, you can make it that one, we can make it visible. So we can use, we can also highlight the, you can change and you can format using different colors. So our case, let's make, can we use, see what we can use for. Okay. We can use that, any color that you want. Is it green? Is it that one? Let's say that one, then we save. Then next, now for assignment, we finish this one. We have experiment different fonts, sizes, and colors for the data. The third one now was now we need to select. That's why the basic charts. That's the third, the fourth type of the assignment that I gave you is now to select the data in column A and B. First, we have to select. Let's go to the sheet that we've saved. So we select our item A and B. This one we've selected. Now comes to the experiment. After we selected, now we have to create a symbol bar chart. We are now representing our data for the expenses and their cost. So we need to create a symbol bar chart. So now we come to that sheet. So now we've selected, it's now in a related part. Then we come to insert. There's an insert there. Then the usual recommended charts. So you now, wait, and then we recommended charts. So now you see we have now the data bar, we have pie charts, we have other forms of that one. So we have that one, we can input, you see it's coming there. We have all charts, we can have line graph for our data, we can have a chart, we can have bar. So for our case, we have been told that we need to have bar charts. So bar chart has different forms. We can represent using that, but I like the recommended one because you find that it's standing upright for the clustered bar charts. So then we click OK. OK. So you see now representation of our data started, and that's interesting. So we come now to the third part of that basic chart. We have to label the title as monthly expenses. So first, let me monthly expenses. So we have to label that. So for labeling, so I will double click, then you write monthly, your monthly expenses, and that's it. We can even change this type of our budget. We can change it when you have different style. You can represent using that. And we can come here, then click there, the chart designed. You can change the type there if that you want. Maybe you want this one or you want this one, let's say you want this one, then we click OK. You see it's representing in terms of the y-axis, there's the cost, and this one now is a different, not showing up, it's not showing up, or let me return. This one is better because it's knowing in our x-axis the different types of items, and this one is the cost. Also, you have a plus sign there. You can have X is title that you input there. Here the cost, you type the cost there. The cost for items. These were not captured in the assignment. It's good also, you know, this is the cost. Cost in terms of dollars is not Kenya shillings. So in terms of dollars, let's use our shift there. We have that sign. Is it okay? Shift, yeah. Then you close. And in our y-axis, we have the items that we've entered in our Excel sheet. So that is the items. So now data is well represented, and it is well presented. You can present. So we can have also the data labels for items. You can click that. You see it's giving us specific for each. The highest one was the school fees, and the least one was the utilities. So you can right click and it gives you. Also, you can have data labels. There you see it representing there. We can have also the error bars, which is the standard errors for various items that we've entered. We can also have a legend, which is showing us we can have for our legend, we can have the bottom, we can place it at the bottom, the left, we can at the top, the cost, and the left or right. So that one, we can also have a trend. In this case, a linear trend for items, exponential rotation, exponentially, that's exponential question for that, linear focus on the same, 2-period average, and more option on that. But for your case, I don't think that that's enough for that. So let's continue with the same. For that also we had the third part being now move the chart. We need to move the chart to a new sheet. Then we name expense chart. So for our case, this chart now is between will be good if we move now to different sheet. So now we click here, you see we copy this, we right click, then first I have to right click here, then not really, let me right click, then copy. Then now down there we have a plus sign, new sheet. So we need to, because we have another expense chart that I had done before, we have to name expense 2. We have expense 2. Expense chart 2. Chart 2. Chart 2. Make it because we have another expense chart to save it. So after that, you click in that A column, then we right click, then we paste our chart. You can use it, skip the source formatting, use destination theme of that, or keep the source formatting because we have to link our data to this. So now it is good. Now that's a good presentation of our finding the cost and the items. Now we have to move to now the final. The final now, is it the final, the second final? Using our functions. So in cell B7, calculate the average of the expenses. So average of expenses B7. So now in the expense chart, so we have this B. So these are B column. And B7, it can be B1. B1 is the cost. B2 is that 30,000. Zeros is B7, B6. B7 is here. So we have to have average functions. So because let's put a average for remembrance, average for our cost, average. Then now the B7 is now, you can see B7 is that. Then we click that one. That one, after clicking, it gives you functions. So when you type an average, or the mean for that, you have the average. Then it gives you that. So average, that's average for that. So average, which is arithmetic mean of that. So you click. After that, you highlight the item that you want to have the average of it. Then you click enter. So now the average for our items is 7,500, which is $7,500. Let me input here the bold for this data to make it. So we presented that. So you come to second part. I see my time is running out. The second part of the assignment is that in cell B8, find the highest expenses using the max function, which is maximum expenses. So in B8 of our data, that is it. We come now to B8 in this one. So let's have a max. For your case, it is maximum. What is the maximum cost that you had for your entry? It is maximum. Let's not shorten it. Maximum that you put, that you type equal sign. Then you have max. You type max, it just comes out, which is maximum. You double click that. Then you highlight the data range from the trend to serious. Everything and you click. So it gives you 30,000, which was you find that it was what? School fees. Right. Then the findings are final for that function was now this one, the lowest, which is minimum function. So you can type the minimum in the expense view. So let's have a minimum here. Minimum. Then you have that's now B9. B9, you have your minimum. It returns for you the minimum for your expense. So you have to type equal sign, highlight the data that you want to find the minimum, then click enter. Then now there's something that I will not show. And then you type the minimum. I will not type the minimum. Wait. Now my keyboard is not typing well. Minimum. Then you highlight this one, the minimum for that. And you click. So the minimum is 800, which you find that is utilities. And then after that, I think there was the last assignment, saving and submission. So for your saving and submissions, you have to save these workbooks because they're different from sheet one, the assignment, the expenses. This was the one that I did. The expenses part two is the one that you've done today. So let me bold this one to make it more visible. Use different color. Let's use blue for this one, or green. Then we bold. So we have now to save. You click save because I had saved it for your name. So that's it. So I have to delete this one because I've represented in the expense chart. So I just this one and then it deletes. So save your work. Ensure that you present it well. That's now your chart. You can come to chart design. You can change the type. Use different that one, or you come to line graph. It just present. You click OK. It's changing. Then different parameters. If you want to have axis, error bars, it will just give you the errors for that. If you want to see the trend for that, linear trend, that has advanced for you. So thank you for that. I think now we can have can call it a good lecture. Next time maybe we'll be dealing with other functions. Yeah, thank you.